Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here for the last time this winter season to bring you today's Division II Varsity High School Girls Hockey Contest between the visiting Blue Devils of Leominster High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Like I said, this is the last time I will be coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena here in this winter season of 2022 to 2023. It is the regular season finale for Brookline High girls hockey. And with it being the final game, this will also be senior day for Brookline as they honor the seniors of the class of 2023. Coming into this game, Brookline holding a 3-16 overall record, ranked 45th in the most recent power rankings in Division II, but hoping to close out the season on a positive note. In the meantime, Leominster comes in ranked 29th in Division II with a 13-4-1 record. So Leominster firmly secure with a trip to the playoffs on the horizon. Even if they were to suffer an upset loss here to Brookline, and even if that one upset loss dropped them more than 3 spots in the power rankings, having a winning record means that Leominster automatically qualifies for the MIAA state tournament. So at bare minimum, this team will be playing in the preliminary round of the playoffs once the tournament gets underway. For Brookline, no such luck. They are too far out of the rankings, and they are below 500 in their record, so the playoffs out of the picture. But Brookline still hoping to enjoy their last game of the season and play hard for their seniors. That senior class featuring, in order of jersey number, number 7, Captain Julia Janowski, number 8, Grayson Davis, number 9, Captain Riley Lackey, number 11, Sophia Hauser, number 12, Sophia Schneider, number 16, Maggie Coffey O'Reilly, number 22, Diane Lee, number 27, Tina Chang, number 35, Razi Carew Lyons, and number 77, Jenna Rosetto. Excuse me. So the Zamboni has just finished its rounds, and soon we will have our senior day ceremony here for pregame. If I recall, in girls hockey, they typically like to celebrate both teams' senior classes during a senior day ceremony, which I think is a nice little bit of sportsmanship. So if that's true, then we will also get to see Leominster honoring their senior class of 2023, featuring Kelly Paquette, Carissima Haynes, Malia Ruggiero, and Ashley Jorge, Cecilia Bergeron, Amanda Allen, and Eris Mariner. So we will see how that goes. In the meantime, as always, if you guys end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. You know, we may be reaching the end of the winter season, but the spring season is just about a month and a half away. And I'm hoping to have a lot more Brookline High Warriors live streams coming up in the spring, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. And if there's anything you'd like to say, you can say it in the live chat. We've got our first note already from Coach Jillian Kelly. Congrats, seniors. We will miss you. Thank you for all that you've done for the program. Thank you for the kind words, Jillian. And if anyone else has anything they'd like to say, if it's anything, any message you'd like to leave for the seniors, and that's if you're a Brookline or Leominster fan, we appreciate the good vibes no matter who you're rooting for. If you just want to say, go Warriors or go Blue Devils or what have you, that's, simple, good enough reason to contribute in the live chat. If you want to shout out your favorite player, maybe you're watching a family member or a friend playing here and you want to give them a little shout out in the live chat, that's always fun. What can also be fun is letting us know where you're tuning in from. With these online live streams, people can tune in from all over the world so long as they have a Wi-Fi connection. And we love getting to hear where people are tuning in from for these live streams. Also, if you notice any technical difficulties, please don't hesitate to let me know. It might not be something I notice on my end, and it might be something that I can fix. So do not hesitate if you notice something. And then also, and this one particularly for the Leominster fans, if you notice me butchering the pronunciation of anyone's names, please let me know in the live chat. I want to give these student athletes the best coverage I possibly can, and to me, part of that means getting their name right. So we see them lining up the red carpet for the Brookline seniors. We can see the Leominster Blue Devils lining up over on their side of the ice. And soon we will have our Senior Day ceremonies. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena to bring you today's high school varsity girls hockey contest between Brookline and Leominster. Sounds like the PA announcer has gotten started. And we have our first senior coming out for Brookline, captain number 7, Julia Janowski. You can see her receiving her bouquet from teammate number 4, Casey McCarthy. Next up is number 8, Grayson Davis. She receives her bouquet from number 2, Emma Lurie. Next up, another captain, number 9, Riley Lackey. Receiving her bouquet from number 17, Izzy Pace. Next up is number 11, Sophia Hauser. Receiving her bouquet from number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. Next up, number 16, Maggie Coffey O'Reilly. Maggie receiving her bouquet from number 24, Caroline Hughes. Next up, number 22, Diane Lee. Lee receiving her bouquet from number 18, Sujin Koo. Lee, I believe, has been injured for a little while here, so unfortunately not dressed for the game, but still here to celebrate the day with her teammates and fellow seniors. Next up, number 27, Tina Chang. She receives her bouquet from number 21, Etta Reed. Next up, an alternate captain, number 35, Rozzy Carew Lyons. She receives her bouquet from number 13, Shayna Chin. And finally, number 77, Jenna Rosetto, receiving her bouquet from number 15, Clara Tebow. And so that is it for the honoring of the Brookline seniors. Now, Brookline captains Riley Lackey and Julia Janowski will be honoring the seniors for Leominster. Like I said, I really like that this is done, and I see it happen a lot more in girls' sports. I wish it would become more common in boys' sports, you know, because this is a really good sense of sportsmanship here. You know, I mean, I get everyone's competitive, but this is high school. Ultimately, what this is, you know, it's not just honoring these, you know, student athletes as athletes. It's also honoring them as students. You know, these are students who have made it, who have completed, or are about to complete at least, their 4 years of high school and about to move on to the next stage of their lives. And that's an important thing to celebrate. So I like that they honor the seniors from both teams, and I hope that becomes more common in other sports in the future. That's my 2 cents. In the meantime, as I just try and get my camera properly set in the right spot. There we go. All right. Now as the teams begin their warm-ups, let's read through the rosters here for our 2 competitors, because we've got a game on our hands. We'll start off with the visitors in their blue jerseys with black jersey numbers, the Leominster High School Blue Devils. Starting off, going in order of jersey number, first we have an 8th grader, number 1, Karina Eschbaugh. Next up, a senior number 2, Kelly Paquette. A senior number 3, Carissima Haynes. A senior number 4, Malia Rucchiero. A sophomore number 5, Isabella LeBlanc. A sophomore number 6, Alyssa Allen. A junior number 7, Madison Salavardos. A junior number 8, Allison Neely. A junior number 9, Lily Johnson. A 7th grader a freshman, number 10, Gracie Mabon. A sophomore, number 11, Sam Gallant. A junior, number 12, Riley Moore. A senior, number 13, Ashley Jorge. A junior, number 14, Ashlyn Beauregard. A senior, number 16, Cecilia Bergeron. A sophomore, number 17, Catherine Chaplin. A sophomore, number 18, Rachel Simkowitz. A freshman, number 19, Kaylin Hawkins. A senior, number 20, Amanda Allen. A sophomore, number 22, Madison Hemlin. A freshman, number 24, Erin McGrath. A sophomore, number 25, Carly Awa. A junior, number 27, Liliana Giannoni. A 7th grader, number 28, Riley Guimond. And a senior, number 30, Eris Mariner. Head coach of the Leominster High girls hockey team is Nancy LeBlanc. That is the roster for Leominster. Now let's move over here and let's take a look at the roster for the home team, Brookline High Warriors. Again, going in order of jersey number. First off, we have a sophomore, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. A freshman, number 2, Emma Lurie. A sophomore, number 4, Casey McCarthy. A senior captain, number 7, Julia Janowski. A senior, number 8, Grayson Davis. A senior captain, number 9, Riley Lackey. A senior, number 11, Sophia Hauser. A senior, number 12, Sophia Schneider. A sophomore, number 13, Shayna Chin. A freshman, number 15, Clara Tebow. A senior, number 16, Maggie Coffey O'Reilly. A sophomore, number 17, Izzy Pace. A sophomore, number 18, Soo Jin Koo. A sophomore, number 21, Etta Reed. A senior, number 22, Diane Lee. A freshman, number 24, Caroline Hughes. A sophomore, number 25, Birdie Hawkins. A senior, number 27, Tina Chang. A senior, number 35, Rosie Carew Lyons. A junior, number 37, Meredith Allen. And a senior, number 77, Jenna Rosetto. Head coach of the Brookline High girls hockey team is Nick Sama, with assistant coaches Carly Radovich and Mark Haley. Pre-game clock just buzzed out. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you are watching Brookline High Hockey. Janowski tries a backhander, misses her target, but against a Hauser. Hauser, a long shot, and that one is in! Pushed all the way to the Brookline end. Potential breakaway chance. Shot saved by Carew Lyons. Hauser stays with it, tries another pass, but it wasn't there. Now Palmer sends a pass. Oh, that's in! Brookline ties it! Grayson Davis. Tebow takes it back, backhand pass, gets up to Janowski, winds and fires and scores! All right, we are now introducing the starting lineups. First for Leominster, we have number 20, Amanda Allen. I believe I heard number 24, Erin McGrath. Number 6, Alyssa Allen. Number 18, Rachel Simkowitz. And lastly, we have got number 25, Carly Awa. In goal is number 1, Karina Eschbaugh. Now the starters for the Warriors. First off, number 77, Jenna Rosetto. Next up, number 9, Riley Lackey. Number 8, Grayson Davis. Next up, number 11, Sophia Hauser. And lastly, number 7, Julia Janowski. And between the pipes, number 35, Rosie Carew Lyons. Now here comes the playing of our national anthem. Looks like it's going to be sung by Rosie Carew Lyons. All right, well, wasn't that a nice little treat? Senior Rosie Carew Lyons performing the national anthem. All right, just making sure I reposition the camera in the right spot. Give you the best view I can as you're about ready to get this underway. Brookline naturally starting all seniors. Jenna Rosetto and Riley Lackey, the defensive pairing. Forwards Julia Janowski and Grayson Davis starting on a line alongside Sophia Hauser, moved up from defense to forward for this all-senior starting lineup. And of course, Rosie Carew Lyons, who just performed our national anthem, will be manning the spot between the pipes. For Leominster, an 8th grader in net in Karina Eschbaugh. Looks like the forward combination is going to be number 18, Rachel Simkowitz, number 25, Carly Awa, and I believe number 6, Alyssa Allen. Here we go, 15 minutes on the clock. Brookline versus Leominster, last game of the season. Here we go. Face-off is controlled by the Blue Devils. It's moved into the Brookline zone, but recovered by Jenna Rosetto. Pass gets away from Riley Lackey, pushed forward by Alyssa Allen. Along the backboards, the attempted clear is walled off by Leominster. Long shot deflected right in front of the net, but it's cleared away by Rosetto. Now pinned up against the boards. Skating out with it now is Carly Awa. Pass back intercepted by Grayson Davis. Pass gets away from Hauser. Hauser keeping up the pursuit, but it is knocked away by number 24, Erin McGrath. McGrath pushes it into the neutral zone, and it's pushed along further by Awa. Awa takes the puck back. Pass broken up by Davis, recovered by, I believe, number 2, Kelly Paquette. Taken now by Lackey. Pass up, finds Janowski. Janowski launches it into the Leominster end as Brookline makes a full change. Number 13, Ashley Jorge skating with it for the Blue Devils. Long pass up finds its target. Number 17, Catherine Chaplin. Chaplin skating with it. Approaches, pass through the slot. Could not redirect it in. Good idea, but could not be finished by number 8, Allie Neely. Now coming out the back is Lackey. Pass up for Shayna Chin. Broken up and kept in the Brookline end. Now a long pass out to the neutral zone is going to be taken by Jorge. Passed into the Brookline end where it's taken back by the Warriors. Chin now skating with it. across the blue line, but too many defenders, and it's taken away now by Paquette. Now pushed forward. And now it's ultimately taken off the boards by Awa. Carly Awa approaching, fires a shot, saved by Carew Lyons. Backhander up against the side of the net, and Carew Lyons covers up. We're 2 minutes in, no score as of yet. Face-off goes off the official's skates. Wind up and fire is walled down by the body of Sophia Hauser, recovered for a second, but just broken up from Melissa Allen by Janowski. Janowski now gets it out to the neutral zone, going up the line, deep into the Leominster end, and they call icing. We got a note in the live chat from Jessica Clay. Love this. Thank you for the great sportsmanship. So all good vibes so far early in this one. Face-off is tracked down by Davis, sent around the boards for Rosetto. Rosetto sends it off the boards, and it's deflected, but back to Rosetto, who keeps trying to move it, but it's kept in the attack end by number 3, Carissima Haynes. Now stolen back again by the Blue Devils. A shot misses wide off the stick of number 22, Madison Hemlin. Around the back now it goes. Tapped back to Rosetto, who sends it around the corner. Taken now by Davis. Grayson Davis skating it around the back. Weaves around one. Through to the neutral zone. Still skating with it. Davis gains the blue line, but mistimed. She had to drag it just a little more than Janowski was expecting. And so the timing was just a little off on the approach. Face off, won by Brookline, tapped into open ice. It's being chased down and corralled by the Blue Devils. Moved up ice, and it's tapped over for number 18, Rachel Simkowitz. Simkowitz sends a pass back. McGrath's shot blocked by Chin. Ricochets out to the neutral zone, where it's going to be taken by Awa. Pass back. Now a long pass up. Finds Simkowitz. Simkowitz long shot turned aside by Carew Lyons. Pushed forward by Etta Reed, intercepted by Awa. Now tangled up against the boards. It's sent out, but taken easily by Brookline. That's Hauser. Long pass up to Caroline Hughes. Hughes pushes it all the way down to the goalie, and it's covered up by Karina Eschbaugh. Face off, gets tangled up. It's tapped into the slot, but could not be corralled by Brookline. The clear goes barely out to the neutral zone, pushed back in by Maggie Coffey O'Reilly, pushed back out. And Leominster wins the battle for the puck, pushes it all the way down to Carew Lyons, who covers it up. Face-off is won by Leominster. Pass goes back, long shot blocked again by Brookline. And now it's knocked out to the neutral zone, and it's a race for the puck. Getting there first is Kelly Paquette. Paquette's pass slightly deflected, but does get up to number 7, Madison Salavardos. And now into the Brookline end, where it's stolen away from Rosetto, but Rosetto fighting to clear. It is recovered by Paquette. Long insert kicked away by Hauser, and now scrumming for the puck. We've got a penalty call. And I think that's going to be a trip against Leominster. And indeed, going to the penalty box will be number 14, Ashlyn Beauregard. That should be a 2-minute minor for tripping. With 10:16 on the clock for the first period. Now 2 minutes on the power play clock. Here we go. Brookline on the power play. Face-off gets sent back to Sophia Hauser. Quick insert. Misses wide. Chasing it down in the corner is Grayson Davis. Pass gets away from Rosetto. Taken by Janowski. Shot walled down. And it's going to be cleared out by Leominster. And now they're going to attack on the shorthand. Approaching, weaving around, trying to keep with the puck. Backhand shot saved by Carew Lyons on the attack from Simkowitz. Now they recovered around the back, coming around, trying to jam, but the shot is blocked off the stick of Awa. Janowski, long pass, misses everybody. And it's going to have to be touched by the stick of Eschbaugh, so no icing. Skating with it now is Leominster on the shorthand. Number 20, Amanda Allen, launches it into the Brookline end as Leominster makes a line change. Off the boards, it is knocked back, recovered by Etta Reed, passed for Clara Thibault, now up to Caroline Hughes. Hughes gets it across the blue line, lost it for a second, it's knocked up into the air and into the neutral zone. Chin taps it and manages to get it out to Thibault. Thibault, long shot well wide of the net. Off the ricochet, it's knocked forward but kept on the attack by Lackey. Lackey insert, could not get a shot off. Was Thibault. The clear gets past Reed and all the way down to the Brookline end. 30 seconds left on the penalty against Beauregard. Pass goes up to Hughes. Hughes taps it along. Chin could not keep it. It's taken away and launched back into the Brookline end by Alyssa Allen. Reed sends it around the back to Lackey. Lackey for Hughes. Hughes backhands it over to Chin. Broken up again on the forecheck. Leominster keeping up the pressure. And the shot is blocked, but again, good forward pressure from Haynes. Now skating with it is Chin. We're back at even strength as Chin dumps it into the Leominster end. Taking it around the back is number 22, Madison Hemlin. Get it out to the neutral zone. Leominster skating with it. Broken up from Awa. Pushed into the Brookline end by number 16, Cecilia Bergeron. Rosetto takes it around the corner to Izzy Pace. Now up to Janowski. Broken up, but they do get it out to the neutral zone. Pushed back to the Brookline end. Taken by Hauser. Pass across for Casey McCarthy. Gets away from her. Taken by Hemlin. Pace applying some pressure and gets the puck across the blue line. Pace trying to weave around, stays with the puck, now sends it around, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone, but taken back by Rosetto, launched into the Leominster end, and sent right back out. Hauser breaks up the approach and takes the puck back for Brookline, comes around the back, tries a pass, hard collision. McCarthy takes the puck, but it's taken away by Allie Neely. Now it's being taken by Awa across the blue line. Awa shoots, saved by Carew Lyons, and no rebound available for Leominster. Very close to a putback score, though. Out of the Brookline end and into the neutral zone. It is lifted over to the near side. Taken along by Beauregard. Beauregard broken up, and it's taken now by McCarthy. McCarthy tries to pass it along, intercepted. Shot broken up. And now the attempted clear by Jenna Rosetto is walled off, but walled off just across the blue line. And so that'll be an offsides. 6:21 left here in the first period. No score as of yet. Face off. Ultimately recovered by Davis. Pass goes back to Coffey O'Reilly. Now that pass gets away from Davis, stolen away by the Blue Devils, but broken up and taken back by Caroline Hughes. Hughes gains the blue line, winds and fires, shot blocked. Almost recovered by Emma Lurie, but not quite. Now trying to push it up ice. They get it to the neutral zone, but it's knocked away and taken by Lackey. Pass to an open Hughes. Hughes gains the blue line. Pass for Laurie. Laurie launches one, and it's turned aside by the pad of Eschbaugh. Pass now goes back to Lackey. Lackey long shot saved by Eschbaugh, and she scoops it up to stop play. A nice segment by one of the deeper lines from Brookline. That a line combination of Davis, Hughes, and Laurie. Got a couple nice approaches there. And now a face-off in the Leominster end. Is controlled by Leominster. Clear is walled off, but now it's pushed into open ice, or it's going to be taken through the neutral zone. This is Simkowitz. Simkowitz's pass bounces past her target. Chased down by Alyssa Allen, pushed around the back. Taking it now is Thibault. Thibault pass broken up and recovered for a second by Simkowitz, now taken by Reed. Pass to Thibault. Thibault stolen away by Alyssa Allen, but her hit is broken up. Chasing it down now is Simkowitz, sending it around the boards. Chased down by Reed. Sent out, finds a target, that's Chin. Chin sends it into the neutral zone, taken now by Amanda Allen. Now a long shot goes over the bar. Recovered and shot in, turned aside by Hauser. Attempted pass off the mark taken by Reed. Pass up to Thibault, now a long pass broken up by Haynes, and now a long pass, nobody there. Recovered in the corner, attempted clear, stopped by McGrath. Now pinned up against the boards. And McGrath pushes it out wide of the net. Off the back, it's taken by Hauser, sent back around. Covered by, I believe, Haynes. Now trying to push it in was Bergeron, but nothing there. Pass now goes back to McGrath. Long shot turned aside by Carew Lyons. Chin now skating with it. Gets it up to Thibault. Thibault launches it, and it's walled down by Amanda Allen as Brookline trying to go for a line change, but it's launched right back into their end. And so they're going to make an almost full change here at not the best time. And Reed is actually kind of lucky that that went off the back of the net as Janowski's able to chase it down, pass it for Pace, lost around the official's skates, but recovered. Pass for Janowski, give and go off the boards to Pace. Pace sends it, turned aside by Eschbaugh. Recovered by the Blue Devils, passed up, gets away from everybody, but taken by Rosetto. Rosetto trying to get away, but it's deflected back into the Brookline end. Lackey now moves it forward for McCarthy. McCarthy sends it up for Janowski, now up to Pace. Pace weaving around, has her pocket picked by the Blue Devils. And it's pushed into the Brookline end by number 7, Salavardis. Now Brookline trying to clear it. It's intercepted by Simkowitz. Backhander deflected wide. Wrestling for the puck. Janowski sends it around the back. Chased down by Lackey. Lackey skating with it. Pass up. Intercepted. That's Hemlin, who cannot pick up the puck because of the offsides. Janowski takes it. Pass up. Gets away from Pace. Stolen now by Simkowitz. Simkowitz stolen away, and Pace clears, but I think this one might go for an icing, and it will. .2:15 left in the first, still no score. And we got a face-off in the Brookline end. Face-off is ultimately controlled by Brookline. Hauser sends it off the boards. And it's knocked back, recovered for a second by Hauser, collided with a teammate. Now Hauser takes it, sends it off the boards. And intercepted by Haynes, blocked by Hauser. Hauser sends it to the corner where it's taken by Coffey O'Reilly, sent around for Laurie, out to the neutral zone where it's going to be taken by Paquette. Paquette passes across to Jorge. Jorge moves it up to Brookline's side, and that's going to be icing. Leominster definitely feels like they're winning the possession battle, but haven't really gotten any high-quality chances at the net as of yet. Face off, corralled by Brookline. Pass goes back to Lackey, long shot, well wide, turned aside by Eschbaugh. Chased down by Chin. Chin trying to weave her way through, too many defenders, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone. And it's going to be chased down by Reed. Reed's pass deflected in the Brookline end and pushed forward by Salavardis. Lackey, pass out, finds a target. Now pass gets up to Chin. Chin waving around. Pocket picked by Paquette, but Chin steals it back. Chin now launches it to the back end. Taken around the back by Jorge. Jorge moves it around. Kept on the attack by Lackey. Lackey's pass deflects, recovered by Tebow. Turnaround shot, saved by Eschbaugh. Almost redirected in. Reed tried to leave it for Janowski, but it's knocked away. Lackey sends it into the Leominster end. Now skating out with it are the Blue Devils. Paquette moving it through the neutral zone, gains the blue line. And poke check by Lackey takes it away. It's recovered by Janowski. Janowski skating on the counter. Through the neutral zone, gains the blue line. Bringing it down to the corner, turning around, pass blocked. And recovered by the Blue Devils. Amanda Allen skating with it. Gains the blue line. Passes back to Simkowitz. Simkowitz launches it into the corner. Taken by Pace. Pace disrupted by Alyssa Allen. Now around the back. Pass through to the middle. Could not be redirected by Carly Awa, and that is going to end the first period. No score at the end of one here at Walter Brown. Brookline 0, Leominster 0. During this first intermission break, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about Language Virtual. Language Virtual is a nonprofit organization made by Brookline High School students in order to help other students all over the world. Language Virtual offers free English language lessons online to students around the globe. These lessons are taught by volunteer high school students from all over, many of them from right here in Brookline, but some from other schools as well. These high school students are recruited by Language Virtual to teach these ELL lessons through the simplest, most tried and true method of learning a language: conversation. To date, Language Virtual has recruited over 100 teachers to teach over 700 students across more than 10 different countries. And with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Language Virtual has seen an influx of students of Ukrainian descent, displaced by the war, and hoping these English lessons can help them adjust to their new living situations. Visit languagevirtual.org to find out how you can register, either as a volunteer teacher or as a student in need of free lessons. You can also donate money to Language Virtual to help them continue teaching students in need and fostering these worldwide connections. Once again, go to languagevirtual.org. And you can see the link to that website down in the description section down below. But it is the first intermission. No score here at Walter Brown. Brookline 0, Leominster 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a brief break off the mic, but I'll be back for the second period. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Getting ready to bring you the second period of today's varsity high school girls hockey contest between the Brookline High Warriors and the Leominster High Blue Devils. We got no score so far in this game. Sort of had kind of that feeling out stage in the first period, so we'll see what kind of adjustments these two teams make to maybe try and get some better looks at the net. Once again, if you are enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. Yes, this winter season is coming to a close, but spring season is just around the corner, and I plan on bringing some more Brookline High sports live streams come spring. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. And if you've got anything to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. Could be as simple as go Brookline or go Leominster. Whoever you're rooting for, we appreciate the good vibes. If you want to shout out your favorite player, or particularly on this senior day for Brookline, you want to shout out your favorite senior, then that's always a good reason to do so. Or if you want to shout out the senior class as a whole. If you want to let us know where you're tuning in from, that's always fun to hear. Or if you notice any technical difficulties, or particularly amongst the Leominster fans, if you notice me butchering the pronunciation of any names, please let me know in the live chat. For now, we come back out for the second period. Brookline continuing to mix and match their forward pairings, as now we've got a line of Janowski, Pace, and Lurie. And the face-off is won by Leominster. Sent off the boards, Carly Awa pushes it in the attack end. Simkowitz fires a shot, goes wide. Kept on the attack for now by Leominster. Janowski tries to clear, but it's walled off. Pass gets knocked down by Simkowitz. Simkowitz looking around, pass deflected, I believe, by Janowski. Now Lackey trying to move it up ice. It's collected by Pace. Pace passes over to Janowski. Janowski whiffs on a pass, but gets one over to Lurie. Lurie takes it off the board, struggling to collect it as Janowski comes in and pokes it loose. Janowski tries a pass, goes off the skate of, I believe, Amanda Allen, as it's now cleared out by Leominster. Again, Rachel Simkowitz approaching with the puck. Tries a pass through, just couldn't get a stick on it as it was passed back to Alyssa Allen. Now a long shot comes in wide, taken now by Lackey. Lackey pass out of reach of everybody. It's taken in the neutral zone by Erin McGrath. Long pass up, finds Cecilia Bergeron. Bergeron, since pass goes off the skate of Jenna Rosetto. Now a pass goes through, but it's deflected away by the stick of Carew Lyons. Long pass from Pace, being chased after by Caroline Hughes. Hughes takes it, shoots, saved by Karina Eschbaugh. Skating with it now are the Blue Devils. Taken away by Grayson Davis, recovered by Sophia Hauser. Pass off the mark, and that's going to slide all the way down. That's going to be an icing. From Jessica Clay, congratulations to all the seniors, especially proud of our senior Leominster number 16, Cece Bergeron. Face-off won by the Blue Devils. Pass goes back, long shot saved by Carew Lyons. And a hard slide into the boards. That Almost looked a little dangerous, but looks like everyone's okay. Coming around the back, a pass is walled off by Hauser, but keeping with it was Simkowitz, manages to knock it over to Alyssa Allen. Hauser barely manages to clear it out of the slot, recovered by Awa, but pass was knocked away. Now it goes around the back, taken by Simkowitz. Simkowitz stolen away by Hauser. Hauser's attempted clear, walled off by Kelly Paquette. Pass goes up to Awa. Around the back, a quick pass from Simkowitz. Shot is in! Scored by number 6, Alyssa Allen. Some fantastic puck movement by the forward line of Carly Awa, Rachel Simkowitz, and Alyssa Allen. And ultimately, it is Allen that finds the back of the net and puts Leominster up 1-0. Face off, knocked loose, taken now by Carissima Haynes. Sent into the Brookline end, chased down by Lackey. Riley Lackey sends it around for Clara Tebow. Tebow's pass misses everybody. It's taken away by the Blue Devils. Fired into the Brookline end where it's taken by Maggie Coffey O'Reilly. Pass up, goes off a skate, taken back by Leominster, but then taken back by Lackey. Trying to move it up ice, taken away by Haynes. Knocked away from her, taken by Tebow. Tebow lost her footing, but it's taken back in the neutral zone by Shayna Chin. Chin sends a pass back, lost by Coffey O'Reilly, and it's taken back. Long shot misses well wide of the net. And as Leominster makes a line change, Brookline takes back the puck. It's poked loose by Ashlyn Beauregard. Attempted clear, walled off. Pass to a wide open Beauregard. Shot is saved at point blank range by Carew Lions. Ashlyn Beauregard and Allie Neely were making a big attack there, but just couldn't hit that hard on the one-timer, and a good reaction by Rosie Carew Lions keeps it a one-score game. The goal for Leominster was scored by Alyssa Allen, assisted by Rachel Simkowitz and Carly Awa. Leominster back on the attack. Pass intercepted by Izzy Pace. Pace now skating on the counter. Pace across the blue line. Fires a shot. Saved by Eschbaugh. We will now have a face-off in the Leominster end. 11:19 on the clock here in the second. 1-0 the Blue Devils lead the Warriors. Face-off is sent back to Hauser. Long shot, glove saved by Eschbaugh. Another face-off, fought for, sent to the back, chased down by Amanda Allen. Long pass, begets another pass into the neutral zone, a little too far, taken by Hauser, sent back to the Leominster end, taken by Erin McGrath. McGrath surveying her options, passes up to Alyssa Allen, pass a little weak, but gets up to Awa, now across to Simkowitz. Now knocked back out to the neutral zone by Hauser, taken by Amanda Allen. Gains the blue line. Long insert is covered up by Carew Lions. Face-off is controlled for the moment by Leominster. Sent around, I believe, by Ashley Jorge. Taken now by Etta Reed. Sent around the corner. Sent back around the other way. Simkowitz fighting for it. Pass goes back to Awa. Awa sends it off the boards to herself. Sends a pass through, and it's turned aside by Carew Lions. Pass goes up to Tina Chang. Chang lost her footing and lost the puck. It is taken back by Alyssa Allen. Sent around. Chased down by Reed. Reed's pass goes off a skate, and it's taken by the Blue Devils. Jorge pushes it into the Brookline end, where it's going to be taken by Lackey. Lackey pass up, gets away from Cheng, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing. Face-off is pushed into open ice on the far side. Stolen away and taken now by Rosetto. Rosetto pass tapped by Tebow, taken by Chin. Chin gains the blue line, smothered by multiple defenders. It's knocked away but taken by Hauser, tries to move it up the line. Attempted clear, does get into the neutral zone. Pass down to the far near side, taken away by Hauser. Hauser skating with it now. Out to the neutral zone, still skating, gains the blue line, dumps it into Leominster end, chases it down herself. Hard collision with a Leominster defender, taken by Brookline, sent through, just missed out in the slot. Attempted clear by Neely, walled off, kept in the Leominster end. This clear goes out to the neutral zone. Gonna be chased down by Hauser deep in the Brookline end, sent around the corner for Casey McCarthy. Her pass deflected, almost stolen away by Beauregard. Beauregard takes that one away. It's deflected around the circle. Now downed by Chin. Chin gets tripped, and that's going to draw a penalty against the Blue Devils. Second tripping penalty against the Blue Devils, and it's the second one against Ashlyn Beauregard, as she goes back to the box for another 2-minute minor. Beauregard committed the same penalty back in the first period. Brookline unsuccessful on their power play. They'll be hoping for a different result here. Face-off is controlled by the Blue Devils. Amanda Allen sending it around the boards. Stopped by Lackey, passed down to the corner to Pace. Pace had a little trouble collecting it. It's knocked loose and taken by Amanda Allen. Long clear is going to go all the way down to the Brookline end, and Simkowitz is in pursuit of it. Gets tangled up with Lackey, and Lackey sends it around and gets it to Pace. Pace sends it up to Janowski. Janowski lost track of it but recovers. Pass to the middle. Almost knocked in on the rebound, but not quite. Now it's sent off the back and taken by Simkowitz. The clear gets down to the Brookline end. Lackey recovers. Pass gets away from Davis, stolen by Simkowitz. Poked loose by Janowski out to the neutral zone, where it's launched wide of the net. Off the back, it's taken by Haynes. Shot turned aside by Carew Lions. Reed pass gets away from Davis. Taken by Alyssa Allen, pushed into the Brookline end. Reed takes it again. Another long pass gets away from her target once again. And Haynes pushes it into the Brookline end. Lackey skating with it. A couple quick passes and it goes into open ice, where it's going to be chased down and knocked around the corner. Lackey pass gets to Pace. Pace trying to fight through several defenders. Does get through. Pass, nobody quite there as Brookline was making a line change. McGrath on the counter. Shot saved by Carew Lions. Leominster out shooting Brookline during this penalty 2-1 so far, as Brookline has struggled to advance the puck here on the advantage. Just 16 seconds left on the penalty against Beauregard. Face-off won by Brookline. Pass is given to Chin. Chin skating with it, long pass, deflects off skates. Collected by Kelly Paquette and launched back into the Brookline end. Chin chases it down, and the penalty ends. We are back on even strength. Awa pass through, Deflects into the slot, but it's taken away by Brookline. Skating with it now is Tebow. Backhand pass, could not be redirected, just broken up. Hemlin moves it up ice. It's deflected off a skate, and now a pass goes up to Alyssa Allen. Allen gains the blue line. And it's knocked away, but recovered by Hemlin. Chance shot, saved by Carew Lyons, and Alyssa Allen lost her footing, could not get the putback. Simkowitz keeps with the puck, comes around, pass through the slot, ricochets out to the near side boards. Kept on the attack, a long shot from Paquette is downed by Brookline, and now lifted out by the Warriors, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing so that Brookline can make a line change. Leominster keeping up the pressure, leading 1-0 here in the second period with 5:40 left here in this frame. Face off, ricochets everywhere, and now it's taken by Pace. Pace taps it for Janowski. Poked away from Janowski, chased down by Hughes. Hughes, shot, walled off, couldn't be jammed in by Pace, and it's cleared out by Leominster. Kept on the attack now, as I believe that was Coffey O'Reilly, and Janowski couldn't quite keep it from going past the blue line, and that's going to be offsides. We got some more shout-outs in the live chat from Vilma Escalante. Shout out to Brookline. Go Jenna Rosetto, you can do it. And from Andrew J. Bloom, Long Island love Julia Janowski. Face-off is pushed back to Reed, and now across to Hauser. Hauser up to Pace. Pace weaving around. Poke check gets it away, but it's recovered by Hauser. Pass down to the corner to Pace. Pace tries to send one through the slot, broken up. Kicked forward by Reed. Deflected to the far side boards. Hughes sends it back to Reed. Reed tries to push it forward, gets it forward. Shot is deflected high. Now a long clear goes out to the neutral zone. It's taken by Reed. Reed sends it off the boards, and it's corralled by Pace. Pace, pass for Janowski. Janowski, long shot, turned aside by Eschbaugh. Now it's pushed forward, taken by Beauregard. Pass intercepted, quick shot from Koo, misses wide. Janowski recovers, putback is saved by Eschbaugh. Brookline with a nice push there, led by some strong efforts from the Pace, Janowski, Hughes line. But nothing past Eschbaugh so far. Face off. Davis tried a shot but was blocked. It's taken by Paquette around the back. Long pass up, goes off a skate but is pushed out to the neutral zone. Gets away from everybody and is recovered by Lackey. Lackey gains the blue. Pass, finds Koo. Shot goes wide. Lurie trying to chase after it, but Paquette gets there first. Around the boards, broken up. An attempted clear is pushed into the neutral zone by Salavardis. Excuse me. McGrath takes it around the back. Long pass up to Salavardis. Salavardis sends a pass. It's intercepted by Lackey. Passed up to Davis. Davis skating with it, tries a pass, broken up. Ricochets back and forth, and it's cleared away by number 17, Catherine Chaplin. Lackey sends a pass, goes off the skate of Lurie, and Simkowitz skates in, takes it, weaving through, lost the puck, too many defenders, and it's cleared out. But this clear is going to go a little too far, and that's going to be icing. Face off. Scrummed for. Still being scrummed for, sent to the near side boards. Alyssa Allen sends it around, taken by Simkowitz. Simkowitz gets tripped, and that is going to be a tripping penalty against Brookline. Tripping call goes against number 21, Etta Reed. That'll be a 2-minute minor. And so Leominster with a 1-0 lead now goes on the power play for the first time today with 2:56 left in the first period. Face-off won by Leominster. Simkowitz passes over to Amanda Allen. Allen back to Simkowitz. Excuse me. Allen passes down. Shot was blocked. It's Carly Awa sending it back around to Amanda Allen. Allen trying to fend off the pressure from Brookline, lost her footing, and it's cleared out by Riley Lackey. Parked by Eschbaugh, now taken back by the Blue Devils. Long pass gets away from Allen, but is recovered, I believe, by Simkowitz. Pass goes off the near side boards and is cleared out once again by Lackey. Chased down by McGrath. McGrath, long pass, misses. Awa, taken by Alyssa Allen. Pass to Simkowitz. Simkowitz weaving around, coming in, could not jam it past Carew Lyons. Awa staying on the attack. It's tangled up with Lackey. Now gets a pass. It's sent back to Allen. Allen whiffs on the shot, recovers the puck, and is now jammed by Chin. Off the ricochet, it's taken by Simkowitz. Simkowitz leaves it for Allen. Amanda Allen down to Simkowitz. Now through the slot, blocked by Carew Lyons. Could not be jammed in by Alyssa Allen, and it's covered up by Carew Lyons. Pardon me. Minute 32 left in the period, 37 seconds left on the penalty against Reed. Face-off won by Leominster. Pass goes back to Amanda Allen, now up to Simkowitz. Now to the back to Awa. Awa coming around, tries to jam in a shot, and it's walled off again by Carew Lyons. Face off, goes back to Simkowitz, now back to McGrath. Long shot is in. Erin McGrath scores on the power play. Good screen job by those first line forwards again, as Leominster now makes it 2-0. With a minute 14 left to go here in the second period. Goal by Erin McGrath, assisted by Rachel Simkowitz and Carly Awa, who now have 2 assists each on the day. Brookline trying to clear, but it's stolen away. Trying to wave through, shot saved by Carew Lyons, and she covers it up. A good approach there by Ali Neely, but well defended by Carew Lyons. Face-off sent to the corner where it's taken by Rosetto. Rosetto sends it around the back, but it's going to be chased down by Neely. Pinned to the boards, it's sent around the corner and taken by Lackey. Lackey whiffs on a hit there, but it's taken by Rosetto. Rosetto pass up, finds a target, but gets leveled quickly. Backhander pushed around the back. Neely trying to jam it in, and it's stopped by Carew Lyons. .1 seconds left here in the second period. Face off, corralled by Brookline. Tebow sends it around the boards. McCarthy tries to clear, but it's kicked back into the Brookline end. Attempted insert, misses. Players were getting tangled up. Tebow, pass up for McCarthy. McCarthy, pass gets away from Chin, but Tebow pushes it into the Leominster end. Pushed back out by Paquette. Now through the neutral zone, skating with it is Haynes. Haynes shot turned aside by Carew Lions. McCarthy recovers, but they cannot move any further than that. It's the end of the second period. The Leominster Blue Devils put 2 on the board. One score coming from number 6, Alyssa Allen, assisted by Rachel Simkowitz and Carly Awa. And the second goal coming on the power play from Erin McGrath, assisted again by Simkowitz and Awa. 2-0 Leominster leads. It is the second intermission. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown. I'm going to take a break off the mic, but I'll be back with the third and final period of this game. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Getting ready to bring you the third and what will most likely be the final period of Brookline Girls Hockey's 2022-23 season. The Brookline Warriors hosting the Leominster Blue Devils for their regular season finale and senior day game. And through two periods, the visitors holding a 2-0 lead. Leominster getting 2 goals in the second period. One from Alyssa Allen and one on the power play from Erin McGrath. Both goals assisted by Rachel Simkowitz and Carly Awa. And now Brookline coming back out onto the ice for the final time this season, for the final period of the game. Wanting to leave one last strong impression for the 22-23 season with a proper send-off for the class of 2023. The Leominster Blue Devils also already well on their way to a spot in the playoffs in MIAA Division II with a 13-4-1 record and a spot ranked 29th in the power rankings, whether through power rankings or through record. The Blue Devils will be going to the playoffs. But for Brookline, this is it. This is the final game, the final period. And they want to put up a fight here. 8th grader Karina Eschbaugh returns to the net for Leominster. 1 period away from a shutout. For Brookline senior Rosie Carew Lyons returns to the net with perhaps 1 period left in her high school career. The Brookline starters bringing it in advance of the final regulation period of their 2022-23 season. 15 minutes back on the clock. Here we go with the third period. Off the face-off, it's pushed into the Brookline end. Poked away from Sophia Hauser, taken by Rachel Simkowitz. Simkowitz sends a pass through the slot, just misses. Capped on the attack by Erin McGrath. Pass down to Simkowitz. Pass deflected, recovered by McGrath. Shot deflected high and covered up by Carew Lyons. Remember, folks, if you want to cheer on your favorite team or you want to shout out your favorite player, I encourage you to do so in the live chat. This could be the last period to do so for this game and for this season. McGrath, long shot turned aside by Carew Lyons. Kept on the attack by Leominster, but now it's wrestled away by Shayna Chin. Chin controlling it out the back. Off the boards into open ice where it's taken back by the Blue Devils. Poked back but recovered by McGrath. Long pass knocked down and sent to the far side boards by Etta Reed. Simkowitz staying with it, but it's knocked away by Hauser. Hauser trying to send it around, and we've got a penalty call coming in. I think this is going to come against Brookline. And indeed, this is going to come against Sophia Hauser. And they're going to call Hauser for a cross-check, I believe. And so she's going to go to the box for a 2-minute minor. Face-off won by the Blue Devils. Simkowitz sends it around. It is sent back. Goes to McGrath. McGrath passes it down. Shot from Simkowitz saved by Carew Lyons. Knocked to the corner, recovered by Simkowitz, back to McGrath. McGrath passes over to Simkowitz. Now through the slot, deflects, and it's caught out of the air by Carew Lyons. Face-off won by Leominster. Pass back to McGrath. McGrath approaching. Pass to Simkowitz. One-timers missed, but the putback is scored. Carly Awa puts that one in. The initial shot from Simkowitz. And then on the rebound, it was redirected by Alyssa Allen right to the stick of Carly Awa. And that line of Awa, Simkowitz, and Allen have now combined for their third goal. As now Awa adds a goal to her 2 assists already on the day. Allen adds an assist to the goal she already had. And make it now 3 assists for Rachel Simkowitz as Leominster takes a 3-0 lead off their second power play goal of the day. Brookline trying to keep on the pressure. The attempted clear kept on the attack by Etta Reed, but her pass is walled down and cleared out by Leominster. Carissima Haynes gains the blue line. Long shot misses wide. Chased down by Clara Thibault. Gets it out to the neutral zone, but it's knocked back to the Brookline end. Reed passes it across to Hauser. Pass gets away from Janowski, but now Janowski intercepts a pass, launches it into the Leominster end as Brookline makes a change. Kelly Paquette, long pass up, disrupted, knocked loose. Paquette takes it, passes it up to Alyssa Allen. Long clear goes out to the neutral zone, taken by Rosetto. Attempted push taken back by Alyssa Allen. Sujin Koo knocks it loose, but it is recovered by the Blue Devils. Long pass up to Simkowitz. Simkowitz breaks free. Shot saved by Carew Lyons. Put back no good. They got an open chance, and they could not knock it in. Allen chases it down in the corner, sends it around for Simkowitz. Tries to send one through the slot, gets away from Awa, intercepted by Grayson Davis. Davis gains the blue line. Long shot knocked down by Hemlin and covered up by Eschbaugh. Face off now coming in the Leominster end. 11:47 on the clock here in the third. Leominster leads Brookline 3-0. And it's poked loose, but Leominster keeps with it. Into the neutral zone, pass deflected. Knocked away by Reed, but taken back by Haynes. Now launched into the Brookline end. Around the back, Reed gets there first, sends it around for Izzy Pace. Pace controls it. Trying to weave around a couple of defenders, and she does. Pace gets into some space in the neutral zone. Pass gets deflected. Gains the blue line, but they call for the offside, so Brookline has to retreat. Allie Neely sends a long pass off the boards, and it's going to be chased down by Pace. Pace sends a long pass, intercepted by Neely. Neely trying to weave her way through, but it's knocked away by Reed. Recovered, and a long insert is knocked down by Hauser. Hauser sends around the boards. Weird ricochet, sends it into the slot, turning around and shooting was Beauregard, but it's redirected wide. Taken now by Davis. Davis weaves around one and around another. Davis keeps it going across the blue line. Amanda Allen now takes it as Brookline makes another line change. Long pass gets away. It's tapped over to Janowski. Janowski gains the blue. Long slap shot misses wide. Chased down by Thibault, but couldn't be knocked in. Now a weird ricochet leaves it for Janowski. Shot saved by Eschbaugh, and she covers up the rebound. That was one of the best scoring chances Brookline has had so far today. A lucky bounce left that puck right in front of Janowski for another one of her slap shots. But Eschbaugh made a good save and found the puck quickly to cover up the rebound. Face off, tangled up. Janowski touches it back to Rossetto. Rossetto launches one, comes in wide, couldn't be redirected. Now the clear gets past everybody, and I think they're going to say a deflection prevents the icing, and racing down there is Simkowitz. Simkowitz gets stood up by Rossetto, and Chin clears it off the back of the net, but they're still wrestling for it. Awa sends it around the back. Chasing it down is Simkowitz. Pass down to the back to Awa, tries to send a pass through, but cleared out by Chin, but kept on the attack. Long shot deflects over the bar. Kept on the attack still by the Blue Devils. Attempted clear, knocked back by Paquette. Now Simkowitz around the back. Tries to send a pass through, deflected. And Brookline takes it. This is Thibault. Thibault pass out of reach for Chin, and Brookline makes a line change. Pass goes up to Alyssa Allen. Now sent into open ice, where it's going to be chased down by Hauser. Hauser, pass misses everybody, and it's knocked back to the Brookline end, where it's going to be taken by Reed. Reed sends around the back, and it's knocked away, but taken back by Reed. Attempted clear, walled off by McGrath. McGrath shot blocked by Emma Lurie. Touched around the corner, and it's taken by Lurie. Pass intercepted by Neely. Pass misses, and it's going to be taken by Reed, sent up the line. Gets past everybody and into the neutral zone. Dumped back to the Brookline end, but it's taken by Hauser. Hauser taking advantage of a line change to gain the blue line. Curving around, tries to send one through, but nobody there. Hemlin can't get past Davis. Davis waving around. Grayson Davis gets hooked, shoots! And they couldn't get the putback. Eschbaugh makes the save. A smart penalty committed by the Blue Devils as they hooked Grayson Davis on a potential breakaway. And now Madison Hemlin will be going to the box for 2 minutes, as Brookline will get another chance on the power play. Brookline 0 for 2 on the advantage so far today. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left here in regulation, and Brookline will have a 2-minute power play. Face-off instantly won by Leominster. McGrath skating with it. Sends a long clear past everybody down to the Brookline end, and Simkowitz is skating after it again. Simkowitz with her speed takes it back on the shorthand. Tries to send a pass through, just barely broken up from Awa in the slot, as Brookline now trying to move it up ice. Davis skating with it. Gains the blue line. Launches a long one, it's knocked down and taken around the back, sent around. Rossetto keeps it on the attack, but it bounces past her teammate and is taken away by the Blue Devils. Simkowitz dumps it into the Brookline end as Leominster makes a change. Rossetto long pass up to Davis. Davis pass across, finds Pace. Pace gains the blue line. Tries a pass, but not there, and it's lifted out. Chased down now by Reed. Reed, long pass, ricochets the wrong way, and it's taken by Haynes. Shot is in! Carissima Haynes on the shorthand makes it a 4-0 Leominster advantage. Unlucky ricochet on that one, as I think that went off a defender's skate or something like that. And now the Blue Devils lead the Warriors 4-0 with 51 seconds still remaining on the penalty. Pass goes back to Maggie Coffey-O'Reilly, sent up to Clara Thibault, broken up by Haynes. Haynes gets tripped, and that's going to be a penalty against Brookline. Right after the shorthanded goal, the power play ends, as it will now be 4-on-4. Maggie Coffey-O'Reilly going to the box for the trip. That will be a 2-minute minor. So we will have 40 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a minute 20 of a power play for Leominster. Face-off goes back to Simkowitz. Shot goes through, turned aside by Carew Lions. Amanda Allen now sends it around. Simkowitz gets pinned to the boards, but keeps up the attack and takes the puck. Pass goes back to Amanda Allen. Now back up the boards to Simkowitz. Simkowitz sends it through, redirected, but not into the net. Janowski passes across to Lackey. Lackey, long pass just out of reach. Allen sends it up, and it's taken now. Long shot from Simkowitz, misses wide. Brookline trying to clear it out. Janowski fighting for it. It's knocked into open space, and it's taken by Simkowitz. Pushed into the Brookline end as the penalty has now ended for Hamlin, and now it is a power play for Leominster. That pass almost intercepted by Neely. Instead, it's going to be taken by McGrath. McGrath gains the blue line. Long shot saved by Carew Lions, and she covers it up. So now 54 seconds left on the penalty against Maggie Coffey O'Reilly. It is a 4-0 Leominster lead. Face-off is won by Brookline. Hauser sends it around, but it's knocked down by Hemlin. Hemlin bringing it up, turns around, sends it through the slot. It's broken up and cleared out by Davis. Chasing it down is Kelly Paquette. Pass broken up, but recovered. Passed over for Neely, who launches it into the Brookline end. Chased down by Reed, who sends it around. Taken now by Paquette. Sent back around the other way. Pass goes back to Haynes. Shot saved by Carew Lions. Haynes recovers, sends it back. Saved by Carew Lions. Could not be jammed in. Passed around the back instead. Over to Neely. Neely sends one back. Long shot blocked. Another shot. Ricochets wide. Now a long lift is going to go out of play. Face off, being fought for. We're back on even strength. And it's taken now by Coffey O'Reilly, sent forward, ricochets into the neutral zone and down to the Leominster end. Paquette skating with it, sends it up the line. Knocked away and recovered ultimately by Beauregard. Beauregard, pass. Knocked forward, recovered by Beauregard. Backhander walled off by Rosetto. Beauregard tries a shot saved by Carew Lions. Recovered Hemlin. Shot saved by Carew Lions. Carew Lions has had a few very nice saves so far today. And of course, those of you who have followed this team know she's had a number of nice saves throughout her high school career. It's tough to end with at least 4 goals allowed here, but that does not dismiss what she's done throughout her time as a Warrior. Now it's cleared out by Brookline into the neutral zone. It is taken by Amanda Allen. Launched into the Brookline end. Chased down by Reed. Reed tries to move it up, but it's broken up and kept on the attack. Awa's pass knocked away. And now ultimately passed out to open space to Tebow. Tebow gains the blue line. Poke check, loses it, taken away by Allen. Allen now skating it the other way, gains the blue line. Amanda Allen approaching, cannot jam it past Carew Lyons, brings it around the back, pass, ricochets taken, shot by Alyssa Allen is turned aside by Carew Lyons. Now wrestling for it in the corner, Janowski comes out with it, sends it off the boards for Chin. Chin comes around the back. Pass, weird ricochet off the official's skates. Pass goes back, but it's taken away by Janowski. Sent off the near side boards, taken back by Simkowitz. Long shot saved by Carew Lyons. Two minutes and 34 seconds left in the 2022-23 season. Leominster leads Brookline 4-0. Face off, tangled up, almost pushed one in, but not quite as it's taken by Davis. Sent around for pace, ricochet. They weren't sure who to take it, but Davis passes it, goes off a skate and back to Davis. Davis gains the blue line, tries to send a pass through, broken up. Now the attempted clear, Coffey O'Reilly manages to keep it on the attack. This is Koo. Koo waving around, shot goes in wide. Now the attempted clear again. Tangled up, and it is cleared out by the Blue Devils. Taken now by Hauser. Pushed into the Leominster end. McGrath sees a streaking Beauregard. Caught him on the line change, but struggled to collect the puck and couldn't get the breakaway. Davis skating with it now in her own end. Now manages to clear it out to the neutral zone, and it's pushed forward by Soojin Koo. Koo trying to race on the attack, but couldn't outpace her defender. Off the boards goes up to Beauregard. Hard collision knocks the puck loose, and now it's trapped up along the boards. Rosetto takes it, still jammed up against the boards, and now sent out to open ice. Lackey gets there first, sends it off the boards, but nobody's chasing after it. Beauregard takes it, shoots wide. Rosetto moves it up ice, out of everyone's reach. It is taken by Hemlin. Hemlin skating around, her pass broken up, but it is taken by Salavardis, dumped into the Brookline end. Lackey takes it, pass for Janowski, pass across, broken up by Alyssa Allen, taken by Tina Chang. Chang lost her footing, and it's taken back by Allen. Now Chin trying to fight for it. Chin gets it away to Janowski. Janowski gains the blue line, waving around, can't get past Hemlin. Hemlin got taken down by Chin, but she got the puck away, and now it's a 2-on-1 skate for Leominster. Alyssa Allen shot is in. Alyssa Allen with her second goal of the day as she sends it top shelf off the odd man rush. With 17.8 seconds left, Leominster makes it a 5-0 game. Face-off is controlled by Leominster. Sent up the ice, taken by Rosetto. Rosetto skating it back. Pass up to Davis. Davis sends it up for Janowski. Janowski racing up the ice, trying to weave her way through. Disrupted and does not have any time to make it a full attack, and that is going to end the game and the season for Brookline. The final score here at Walter Brown Arena: the Leominster Blue Devils 5, the Brookline Warriors 0. Certainly not the way Brookline was hoping it would end. Certainly not the result they wanted on senior day, but still getting a round of applause from the Brookline faithful up in the stands. as that will put an end to the 2022-23 season. Leominster improves to 14-4-1 on the year, and Brookline finishes with a final record of 3-17. Well, that is going to wrap things up for this game. But on a serious note, I want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in. I want to say thanks to both Brookline High hockey programs, girls and boys, for allowing me the chance to cover all of their home games here at Walter Brown this season. It has truly been a privilege. Win or lose, you know, getting to do this is always a privilege for me. And I'm so happy to get the opportunity, and I'm so grateful to the programs, to the players, the coaches, the parents, the fans, everybody that allows me to do this. And let's give some last shout-outs to the senior class of 2023 for Brookline. Julia Janowski, the co-captain, a senior forward with a mean slap shot and a mean wrister to go with it. It felt like every goal I ever saw of hers always came from long distance. She had a powerful shot, and you could see at the end, you know, just how much she cares about the time she spent with this program, how emotional things were getting after that one was over. Hats off to Julia Janowski. Moving along with jersey numbers, next up we have number 8, Grayson Davis. You know, fun fact, the first Brookline High girls hockey game I ever covered was actually at Warrior Ice Arena. It was not here at Walter Brown because Brookline was in the middle of intense COVID restrictions in the 2020 to 2021 season. And the first goal I ever saw scored by Brookline High girls hockey was by Grayson Davis. It was a goal that happened right off the opening faceoff. It was so fast, I couldn't even tell who it was that scored. Hats off to Grayson Davis, not just for that memorable moment, but for so many others over her time here. Next up, number 9, another captain, Riley Lackey. Janowski and Lackey have been great leaders throughout this entire season, and Lackey has provided such a consistent presence on defense throughout the year for Brookline. You know, cannot underestimate the impact she has had on that defensive side. And another defender you cannot discount, Sophia Hauser, number 11. You know, Brookline had a rough start to the year. They were missing their starting netminder, and having a lot of veteran presence along that defensive end, you know, to help out their underclassman netminder, Aurora Charbonneau, I think played a big part for Brookline early in the season. You know, even if it wasn't the best season, you can't underestimate the value that those veteran defensive players gave to this program this year and throughout their careers. Number 12, Sophia Schneider. Unfortunately, I don't think I ever saw her on the ice, so I can't speak too much to her abilities as a player. But you know what? One thing you can say for all seniors, they were part of the team, they stuck with the team, and they stuck with it for their commitment throughout their high school journeys as both athletes and as students. And they've made it here to the finish line here. And no matter how many minutes you played, that's always an accomplishment. Next up, number 16, Maggie Coffey O'Reilly, who I see a shout-out for in the live chat coming from Denise Coffey. Go Maggie Coffey O'Reilly, love from Nana and family in Tucson, Arizona. Love to see it, love to see the good vibes. And it was nice to see Maggie Coffey O'Reilly get some playing time these last couple games of the season over this weekend. You know, another player that didn't get too many minutes on the ice, but still stuck with the team. You know, stuck with them even if she was riding the bench. And, you know, there's a lot to be said for players that are willing to stick with a team even if they're not getting premium amounts of playing time. Still keep going to practice, still keep putting in their workouts, everything, and also balancing their sports and school lives. You know, there's a lot to be said about players like that, and certainly a lot can be said in that regard about Maggie Coffey O'Reilly. Next up, number 22, Diane Lee, unfortunately injured partway through this season, and Brookline lost a big contributor when they lost Diane Lee to injury. Lee able to play both defense and forward throughout this season. We saw some similar flexibility from Sophia Hauser, and certainly Hauser has some ability to score goals. We've seen a couple of goals from her. Diane Lee also bringing that same kind of flexibility, being able to play on both ends of the ice, and you can't underestimate that kind of value. That is tremendous athletic ability. Next on the list of seniors, number 27, Tina Chang, another player that didn't get as much time on the ice, but did get a chance to play a little more over this weekend, and that was really nice to see. It's nice to see these players, get a chance to just get out on the ice and just play. I mean, yes, wins and losses and all of that. Yes, this is competitive, and you want to put your best players out there. But at the end of the day, these are high school kids. And, being able to give them one last chance out on the ice as high schoolers, I think is super important and super valuable. And it was great to see Tina Chang get out there on the ice. Hats off to Tina Chang. Number 35, Rosie Carew Lyons, the netminder. This was a tough way to end the season, this game was, and I don't think it was properly representative of the kind of skill that Rosie Carew Lyons had between the pipes for this Brookline program over the years. I mean, you could see the difference when she came back from injury this year, and that's not a slight against the efforts that Aurora Charbonneau made early on in the season. She got, thrown to the wolves at the start of the season with having to unexpectedly start due to the injury to Carew Lyons, and I think the difference between those two shows how valuable those years and that experience can have on your abilities as a netminder. I expect Aurora Charbonneau to be back as an upperclassman next year, a completely different level of goaltender for Brookline over the last 2 seasons of her career in the years to come. And part of that is because I got to see Rosie Carew Lyons and what she was able to do in net throughout her time here at Brookline. So hats off to Rosie Carew Lyons. And then lastly, number 77, Jenna Rosetto. Another great defenseman for Brookline, another veteran presence on that back end to help keep Brookline in games, against, some stronger opponents. She was a great stay-at-home defenseman, always scrumming on defense, and even got a few assists along the year as well, a few secondary assists from the defensive side, as we see one more shout-out from Vilma Escalante. We love you, Jenna Rosetto. See you in Cali soon. Happy to see the shout-outs for the seniors. A few other nice shout-outs, on both sides. Jessica Clay, thank you for covering a great game. My pleasure to do that. Thank you for the kind words. And for Mike Anderson, great job, Rachel Simkowitz. And indeed, that Leominster line of Simkowitz and Carly Awa and Alyssa Allen had a fantastic game. Can't really say anything else about that. And Simkowitz brought some insane levels of speed. That's going to be a player to watch out for. She's only a sophomore, so that is without a doubt a player to watch in years to come. But this is my final send-off covering Brookline High hockey. Thank you all for joining me on this journey throughout this season. Hope to be back next year covering plenty more. One last shout out to the senior class of 2023, Julia Janowski, Grayson Davis, Riley Lackey, Sophia Hauser, Sophia Schneider, Maggie Coffey O'Reilly, Diane Lee, Tina Chang, Rosie Carew Lyons, and Jenna Rosetto. Thank you all for a great season. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and for the last time from Walter Brown Arena, I will say, for the last time this season anyway, I'm going to say thank you all so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day.